Hey everybody, welcome to this tutorial on how to quickly set up Project 64 for WWF No Mercy and also how to quickly get in there and start texture editing. So to get you started, if you go to this link right here, and I'll have it in the description below, but if you go to the link right here on the screen, that'll take you to be able to download this WWF No Mercy folder, which I've uploaded. Couple things about this. It's actually an older version of Project 64, and actually all of it's old. You can see by some of the dates there. 2005 is listed there. 2005 is a couple times actually. So this is from a few years ago, but it works for me still. I feel like I still get the best results out of it as opposed to newer versions of Project 64. But it's up to you. Next, you're gonna need 7-zip because that file it's a 7-zip file. So just highly recommend having 7-zip anyway. It's a good program to have on your computer. It does zips, it does RARs, everything like that. You're also going to need some sort of editing software for photos. For this case, we're going to do Adobe Photoshop, but I know GIMP, Affinity, and Paint.net are all available options as well. Then you're going to need a ROM. You're going to need the ROM to play, but unfortunately I can't give you that to you here, so you're going to have to find that one on your own. So here we go. Let's get into it. We're going to go into that WWF No Mercy folder and we're going to start Project 64, which is highlighted right here. It's the application. It has the date modified as the 1st of April 2005, which is crazy, isn't it? So we're going to start that application. First thing you're going to do is go into the options menu at the top and go to settings. You can also hit Control T. You're going to want to uncheck hide advanced settings. So you're going to want to get rid of that check that's there. You may see some things a little bit different here as we're going on, but this should get you there. So next you're going to go over to the Directories tab. You can see here, you can either set it to the app path with /plugin, or below that you can also set like your C drive users, Dave, right? Set it to my current place where I have it. I don't usually keep it on my desktop, but this is for this tutorial. Plugins. So I go back and forth on plugins a lot. Some of the other ones do shadows on Project 64 that some people like. I don't personally like them. For me, using the Rice video build 1.3 for DX9 absolutely works perfectly for me. I like it. You get full color as opposed to the shadows rendering. It just I think the mods look better that way. So what we're gonna do, open up your ROM. So if it worked, you should be loading in. So while it's loading in, you want to go options, configure graphics plugin. So this is where we're going to start setting up some stuff for the actual game itself. So first we're going to look at general options here. You want to, again, uncheck hide advanced options if it is checked. These are the settings I'm using currently. I'm going to kind of run you through them here just to make sure that everything is set the way that I run it. Current game options tab, here you go. This is what I have. And then game default options, this is what I also have for this one. So texture enhancement, this is going to be one that we're going to touch on a little bit later, but for right now, just make sure that you have load high-res textures if available checked. So after you get through that, you're going to go to options. This is the last thing we have to do. Options, configure controller plugin. This is how I have my controller plugin inputted for the keyboard. I don't usually play like this, but this is what I use while I'm modding, and it's easier to get around instead of having a controller. Just use it on the keyboard. These kind of settings seem to work best for me, but you can do whatever you want to do. So finally, we're going to go into Smackdown Mall, Superstar options, and edit a Superstar. And in this tutorial, we're going to make Kane. So what I want to do here is let's change Kane's mask, okay? So let's go into his appearance here and go to body tab, or not the body tab, I'm sorry, go to the face tab. And what we're going to do is we're going to move one spot off of what the existing face is. So his existing face is male 67. I'm going to go to male 68. Whenever I do that, so you can't see any difference here because he's wearing a mask. So whenever I do that, you're going to go to options, configure graphics plugin again, and you're going to go back to the texture enhancement. Now this time we're going to turn on dump textures to files. So you'll click on that, you'll hit OK, and then you're going to switch back to the original face that you were using. So male 67. So we're going to switch back. That's all you do. Just touch that. And then you go back to options, configure graphics plugin, and you're going to turn off jumping. So we only apparently should have hopefully dumped just the face. We'll see how it went. So you're going to go to your WWF No Mercy folder or wherever you're dumping your textures to. Plug in texture dump is usually where they show up. There's a WWF No Mercy. If this folder's not here, you can build it yourself. It's not that big a deal. Go into the CI underscore by underscore PNG, and there it is. There's our dump texture. It also dumped the arrows because that was a moving item on the screen, so it dumped all the stages of that. But you can see right there, there's the texture for Kane. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take that out of here, go back out to the plugin folder, and we're going to go to the high-res texture folder, WWF No Mercy again, and paste it here. So now you open it up in your editor. You're going to go to, so in Photoshop, you're going to go to image size. This is the image size as it is right now. We're going to bump it up to 400%. So you can hit OK on that. Now, as of right now, that's the highest you can get on Project 64, and I doubt it will ever get bigger than that, but we'll see. But now you're ready to edit. So in this case, I already had this texture just lying around. So we're going to use this one. So we're going to drag it over, and we're going to put it over top of the existing texture. So you can see there on the right-hand side, the layer 2 is the new texture, layer 1 is the old texture. So now, very important step. You want to go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. I use this a lot, so I set the Control-E shortcut to it. You don't have to do that, but since I use it a lot, I like to have the shortcut. So the reason you have to do this is because whenever it saves, for some reason, if you save it as a PNG, it just doesn't, I'm not sure if it's not changing, it's changing some format there. I'm not actually sure if it's changing the bit depth. I have no idea, but exporting works, saving doesn't. So you want to export it and make sure you're replacing the dump texture in the high-res texture folder. We go back to our game, and what you're going to do here is you're going to make a save state. You can press F5 or you go to System Save. And then if we did it correctly, you should go to System Restore or F7, and there it is. That's the texture. So we did it. So that's really basics. Basic, just to get you in and get started. You could take those same methods and apply them to any part of the texture mod. You could do full mods this way. I'm planning on doing some more videos on in-depth on different tips and tricks of how to do modding. But for now, hopefully this helps you get started. And thanks for watching. Later.